You can always do that. It's always an option, so don't ever feel intimidated by the price, okay? Hi guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Raquelle Lynnette. If this is your first time ever clicking on my videos and ever seeing my face, welcome in. This is my new YouTube channel. I had a previous YouTube channel that hit a stone wall, so we are starting fresh. We're going back to basics, and today we're going to be discussing my picks on foundations that work best for acne-prone, textured skin. So I've been doing makeup for a long time, and every single foundation is not made for us textured skin girls. If you got the larger pores, if you experience blemishes, the breakouts and the flare-ups, and you know, you have a specific influencer that you follow but they have glass skin and they're offering suggestions to people who don't, I think it's time you come in here, sit down, and take some notes, okay? I've tried almost every single foundation, literally, on my other channel. I think I've reviewed every single foundation there ever was. Besides that Makeup by Mario one, because that shade range was trash and I refuse to support. But outside of that, yes, baby, if there's a foundation, 9 times out of 10, I have tested it. So if you're interested in seeing the foundations that I know are going to work for textured skin, let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, first and foremost, before we get into my first suggestion, I need you guys to go ahead, smash that subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and at the end of the video, leave me a comment. Let me know if you tried any of my suggestions. Let me know if I need to try any, if you have any suggestions for me. And let's get the conversation started, because I'm trying to get to know you. So, alright, let's go. So first and foremost, what I used today was the Patrick Star One Size Secure the Blur. Patrick Star, if you don't know, is an OG YouTuber who created his own makeup line. And it caters towards those of us who have textured skin, larger pores, imperfections. It's just a beautiful soft blur. It could be a tint, it could be a foundation. It's lightweight, bouncy, but full coverage, and it's beautiful. It doesn't emphasize the texture in your face. It stays all day. It is a 10 out of 10. I have it on right now. It looks beautiful. I love it. So if you like a mattifying foundation, I'm not going to steer you towards Fenty Beauty like I used to do. I've grown and I've learned that Fenty Beauty is a very beautiful formulation, but if you have any flare-ups, any breakouts, it's going to emphasize the texture, it's going to dry and crack around it, and it's going to be flaky. It's not for us acne-prone girls, I'm trying to tell you. It really isn't. So if you do like the mattifying effect, I would suggest trying the NARS Soft Matte Foundation. This is a beautiful soft mattifying foundation that is going to dry matte, but it's not going to be a dry cakey matte. Not going to seep into those pores or emphasize the texture. Has a great shade range, and it's literally gotten me through some hot summers. Everything that I'm telling you, I've used through the Vegas heat. I live in Las Vegas, so it's tried and true. So I've traveled with this one. I wore it all throughout the pandemic. It was like my mask makeup because it didn't budge. It's beautifully blended, and you should try that out. And also non-comedic, not going to break you out. Another one I would suggest is the Light Reflecting Foundation. This has a bunch of goodies in it for your skin, so it's going to work to better your skin as it's giving you the coverage. It's medium to full. Great shade range. NARS always has a beautiful shade range, and the names match whatever formulation of the foundation you choose to put on. So I have worn this one. It's a very light, medium coverage foundation. And it's not going to emphasize, not going to clog up any pores. Beautiful, beautiful blend, and it stays. These are for the days that you may experience any redness. If you just don't want to run outside and you want to put something on your face, and I would suggest this because it's a lighter foundation. Next, we're going to talk about the Tint. This is there's two Tint Lancome. There's the original one, and then there's the Care one that they came out with, which hosts a lot of benefits. It's like a skincare serum mixed with foundation. It's one of those ones, okay? There are a few of those foundations I'm going to mention, but like I just want to let you know, you can choose either or, the regular Tint or the one that adds nutrients and helps your skin. They're both beautiful, not going to break you out, non-comedic, great shade range. And I tell everyone, hey, y'all, look, I got this breakout. It's really going to work for you rather than against you. And to tie into that, there's this Quellz foundation. So this is a beautiful foundation. It has like niacinamide, hyaluronic acid, sunscreen, everything jam-packed. It's foundation, serum, all mixed into one. Great shade range as well. It's like vegan. Beautiful, beautiful foundation. I was very impressed with the Quellz foundation. I don't know if like a lot of people know that it's a really good foundation for skincare and like acne prone skin, so I just have to put that in there, y'all, because y'all gotta check it out. There's so many options, but there's so many wrong options you could go with just by going with a suggestion from somebody that you like. You have to go with what caters to your skin type. Okay, so the most expensive one that I'm going to feature today is a slept on foundation. It is the Traceless Soft Matte Foundation from Tom Ford. $88. I will buy it again and again and again and again because it is a light matte, beautifully blended foundation. It is so luxe, you guys, and I just don't feel like too many people talk about it. I don't feel like anyone talks about it, so I'm going to stand in and let you know this is a non-comedic, beautifully formulated foundation that really, really hits the mark, exceeds expectation, and it's beautiful. I never stopped talking about it because I was like, first, I was always afraid to like spend that much money just in case it didn't perform, but it has performed. I will continue to buy it over and over and over again. They really did their thing with that foundation. And again, if you don't want to fork out the money, you could always go in store to Sephora, request a sample, go to these websites, request a sample from Nordstrom. Always test before you buy. You can always do that. It's always an option, so don't ever feel intimidated by the price, okay? So the next two that I'm gonna talk about are pretty liquidy. The first one is the Pat McGrath Labs Black Luxury brand. Pat McGrath was a makeup artist for years and years and years before she launched her foundation line, so she knows what she's doing. This is one of those ones that is going to fit everybody, not going to emphasize texture. It's very thin, but it does have a beautiful like velvet finish, and I've been using it for years. Ever since it launched, I've never experienced any adverse effects, any clogged pores while using it. Beautifully blended. And another one that is super, super liquidy, but it dries down to the most beautiful, perfect velvet finish is the Synchro Skin by Shiseido. Now, I feel like Shiseido doesn't get the shine that it's supposed to. Like, real ones know about Shiseido, but Shiseido's I feel like Shiseido is like Bentley. It doesn't need to advertise itself because those who know that it's going to be quality, so they don't need to like pay for ads, and you know what I mean? They don't have to put the ads because their clientele is not looking at the ads. Their clientele knows what it is. I feel like that's what Shiseido is. I do feel like maybe they should be a little bit more mainstream because they are really doing the Lord's work behind closed doors. They are an amazing brand. I love the Synchro Skin launch. It's beautiful. I used to wear it out. I think I've gone through like 2 or 3 bottles of that. I'm currently out at the moment. I gotta go ahead and order another one. It's a beautiful formulation. It's one of the thinner, it's like so thin, but then when you put it on, it's so beautiful. It dries to a demi velvet soft matte. Shade range impeccable. You have to check it out and then let me know what you think. Another honorable mention would be the Too Faced Mattifying Foundation Born This Way. That one is beautiful. The shade range, they extended the shade range. They listened, like we didn't have to pull teeth. They collabed with Jackie Aina. It's a beautiful matte. This is the most matte one that I'm going to suggest. But unlike Fenty Beauty, it's not going to dry matte and crack and emphasize the texture. It's matte. It's matte in all of its glory. But somehow they've managed to get around the crackiness, if that makes sense. And like the shade range, bomb. Formulation, bomb. Stays all day. Stays all day. You have to really take that off with like an oil-based makeup remover. That is a bomb foundation. And I'm not talking about the small Born This Way. I'm talking about the mattifying Born This Way by Too Faced. That one is good for us acne-prone girls, especially if you're on the oilier acne-prone side. I know that the dry acne-prone skin, which is what I have, you have to be real careful. You got to prime and prep your base accordingly. But if you're an oily girl, an oily acne-prone skin girl, you definitely need that Born This Way mattifying foundation. So I'm not really the drugstore girl anymore. I don't use drugstore just because I've had such adverse effects. Like I have sensitive, dry, acne-prone skin. Like I would put an e.l.f. primer on my face and break the hell out. Every time I put an e.l.f. product on my face, I just broke out. But there are two. I will tell you there are 2 foundations from the drugstore that I would suggest to anyone, regardless if you're new, beginning makeup, or you just don't want to dish out the money. So that would be the L'Oreal Infallible Matte Foundation. That's like the best mattifying foundation at the drugstore. You really can't beat it. I would not suggest anything else. Tried and true, a beautiful formulation, very soft velvet finish. And then the second one would be the Matte and Poreless by Maybelline. Shade range is always going to be there, and this one really doesn't break you out. It's like, I feel like it's the cheaper version of the NARS, what is it, Radiant Foundation? It's like the drugstore version of that. It's like the same formulation. It's beautiful, and it's not going to break you out. It's not mattifying. It's like an everyday medium coverage. But that's going to be the only two that I would suggest. If you have any drugstore suggestions that maybe I should try out, I am looking to try out the NYX Blur one. I heard that that was beautiful. That's more so of like a tint, and we're focusing on foundations. But I'll probably try that one out in the near future. It just came out and I can't find my shade anywhere, so I do apologize for not being able to give you a comparison. But I will say the L'Oreal and the Maybelline are going to be your best friends. Those are my favorites. I have worn these for years and years. Just because something is new does not necessarily mean that it's going to work for you. Okay? Keep that in mind. You want to wear the makeup. You don't want the makeup to wear you. You don't want to be oily. You don't want to be dry, cracked. You don't want the acne. You don't want the breakout to be emphasized. So I really do hope that you took something away. Again, like I said, please leave me a comment on anything I may want to try out. Any wear tests of any foundations you may want to see. Let me know if you guys have tried these. Let me know if you've even had bad experiences with any of the ones that I've suggested. Either way, leave me a comment down below. I want to thank you guys for spending time with me, and I really do hope that this helps someone. I really hope that you can take something away and at least found a foundation that will make you feel comfortable and beautiful in your skin, okay? Because having blemishes on your skin does not make you any less beautiful than anyone else. It really doesn't. Even though they may want you to think so, it doesn't. And especially if you have a good heart. So yeah, I'm gonna leave you guys in high spirits. Please don't forget to give this a thumbs up. It helps me more than you know, and it also lets me know if I should make more like videos like this. Leave me a comment, and I'll see y'all here in another video very soon.